Hi, I'm Rafa, the video editor for the Manitoban. I'm currently standing in front of the Manitoban office here at 109 Helen Glass, the University of Manitoba. Today is Monday, and Mondays are usually our production night. We will interview some of the staff members who are currently working on this week's issue. Also, I have some assistance from our photo editor, Michelle Kirky, who is right now behind the cameras helping me film this segment. I'm sitting next to Milan, our editor-in-chief for the Manitoban. So, Milan, would you briefly explain to our audience what you do here at the Manitoban?
Certainly, Rafa. I'm the editor-in-chief of the Manitoban for the 2024-25 publishing year, or the editor-in-chief for volume 111. My role is to sort of lead this team through the publishing year. So I also chair our editorial board meetings. So we currently have 15 editors, myself included, and these editorial board meetings occur every Monday evening. So if we need to vote on any controversial issue per se in the paper, that is when the vote occurs. I also chair the storyboard meetings, so that also occurs the same week. Every week we have our ed board meetings or storyboard meetings. The storyboard meetings occur every Wednesday, and that includes all the members of the editorial board in addition to all our other staff. So that includes associates, reporters, columnists, and there's 12 of those at the moment. So our storyboard meeting, it's a lot of people there. And our storyboard meeting is really where we pitch the stories that we're going to write about for the upcoming week. We publish each Wednesday. And I'm also really in charge, as I mentioned earlier, of guiding this paper. We're really a paper for the students. We're the official student needs paper of the University of Manitoba. So my role is to help ensure that student voices are elevated in our paper, as well as voices that pertain to the university community that may be of interest to our readers.
Why did you want to get involved with the paper?
Well, that's a great question, Rafa. So I've been an undergraduate student at this institution for a few years now, and evidently I've been reading the Manitoban religiously, every issue. But I eventually wanted to give back as opposed to just being a reader. So I was a volunteer initially, then I became a copy editor, and then due to a change in management, I had applied for editor-in-chief, and I was honored to get this position. But sort of why I really wanted to lead the paper is to ensure that there's that accountability and transparency. We really are a free and independent press in the sense that we can sort of cover any university affairs that we so choose. It's not like, we have funders where if we cover a story that's factual, that's true about a scandal or something like that, for example, it's not like we're gonna, have to worry about our funding being retracted in that sense. So I really wanted to take on the role as editor-in-chief to really ensure that there's accountability and transparency in this institution, because the Manitoban, in my mind, is one of those few mediums where we can really do that and be a free and independent press.
I understand today's production night, so what are the steps that you are taking to publish the paper?
That's another very good question, Rafa. So we publish every week. So we publish every Wednesday, a new issue comes out. But the paper is actually made on the Monday night, the Monday evening, which is tonight. So we follow a very strict schedule with our editors and reporters in terms of when we receive the articles. This typically starts on Friday evening. The articles come in. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday they come in, they get copy edited. We read over them with many sets of eyes. And then on the Monday night, tonight, myself, the copy editor, and our design editor will really spend the whole evening and night to actually produce the paper. And we accomplish this with Adobe InDesign and Adobe InCopy, where really the articles, which are written in a Word template, are uploaded to the software, and we read them one final time in the paper just to ensure that they're free of grammatical errors, and again, that it's entirely factual when it's on when it needs to be factual.
And can I ask, what's your favorite part about working here at the Manitoba?
Oh, that's another really good question. I would have to say the people. I will be blunt. My first few years of university, they weren't very social at all. I had started attending this institution after high school during the pandemic, during the midst of COVID, when classes were still online. So I really didn't have a typical start to the university experience, but I'm very honored and pleased to have the chance to work with many, many wonderful people that work at Manitoba as well.
So I'm sitting next to Peace, our managing editor for the Manitoban. So Peace, would you briefly explain to our audience what you do at the Manitoban?
Hi. Yeah, I'm Peace and I'm managing editor for the Manitoban for this publishing year. So as managing ed, as I like to call myself, I generally assist the editor-in-chief with administrative tasks, with projects for the year, with recruitment. We try to make it as simple as we can, but people have to actually meet the requirement, like the minimum requirement to work with the Manitoban. I also, as managing ed, one important task is to ensure that every member of the team is happy and they feel comfortable with working here. Also, with conflict management, right? When people have issues with other editors or with their reporters, and they see that they cannot settle it amongst themselves, they can come to me, and then I help to make the situation better so that they can all work in harmony. And if you look at the Manitoban setting generally, like our office, you'd see that it is meant to be comfortable. So generally my task is just to enhance that comfortability, to make sure that everybody is as productive as they should be throughout the year.
May I ask, like, why did you want to start working for the Manitoban?
Okay, so when I first saw the ad, I thought it was interesting, and I saw it as an opportunity to make my writing skills better. And I also saw it as an opportunity to feel what journalism is like, right? And so one other thing I do as managing ed is to edit what has already been edited for like the first time. So copy editors edit and then I re-edit it. We call ourselves jokingly as the editor's editor. So editing works makes me better with grammar because we edit for structure, grammar and all of that, and facts checking too. So again, seeing that I would be able to do this, right, it felt like, okay, you would be better with grammar and writing in general. So this, amongst many other things, was part of the reasons why I decided to work for the Manitoban, and it has been interesting so far. I like it.
What do you look forward to this publishing year?
Oh, I already feel like this publishing year is going to be a great one. I am also looking forward to seeing more beautiful stories. I'm already reading stories that I didn't think I would ever read. I get to read articles about fashion, about sports, about the brain, about cells. It exposes you to different kind of information and articles that are actually interesting. It makes you it helps to increase your horizon. Like, you get to know so many things. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of that and seeing more colorful papers. Also, I strongly believe that this year we're going to have more readership for the paper because we've been seeing trends that people are reading online, and our newspaper stands are getting emptier every week. So I'm looking forward to a very, very, very interesting year, great year. We have a wonderful team so far. All our editors, all our reporters, they are acing their papers, they are acing their stories. It's been wonderful so far, and I think there's more greatness to see.
And lastly, today's production night. What do you like the most about production nights?
Production night is very interesting, or it can be interesting, it can be stressful too as well, but it's part of the job. I don't think there's any job that doesn't have both sides. You get to see some nights are stressful because you work till like 4 a.m. in the morning trying to make sure that the paper is as perfect as we can get it to be. And then one other interesting part is that I get to work with three other beautiful souls, three other beautiful team members here. They also we have the same vision and goal for the paper. We want the paper to appear as nice, as beautiful, as factual as possible. And if you ever get to see our front pages this issue, you'd see that things have changed because we're trying to attract people to see this paper, just the front page, and say, okay, I want to take this paper and I want to take it home and I want to read it, not just for decoration. So yeah, another thing I like about the production night is that I get to see the paper first. I'm amongst the first set of people to see what the paper would look like before it actually comes out on print. Yeah.
I'm currently sitting next to Emma, our copy editor for the Manitoban. So Emma, would you briefly explain to our viewers what you do at the Manitoban?
Yeah, so for the Manitoban, my job is to look over every article that gets uploaded by our writers and reporters and go through the grammar, the spelling, and making sure everything is sourced properly and fact checked. So I'm there to make sure, things are not coming out of the blue, like not being said out of the blue. And yeah, and just making sure nothing is missed. Like that is the biggest thing for copy editor.
May I ask, why did you first want to work for the Manitoban?
I used to I took a program in broadcast media when I was in high school, so I've always kind of been interested in journalism, and I feel like this was just like the perfect opportunity to kind of get a taste of it. So yeah, that's why I'm here.
What do you look forward to this publishing year?
I look forward to, at the end, we are given a book of all the issues that we published throughout the year. So I'm excited to see that completed volume of issues that we've worked our butts off for as a little memento and keepsake for the future.
Today's production night, what's your favorite part about production nights?
Production nights are interesting as they can be late nights sometimes, but my favorite part is finally seeing all the articles put in copy and just kind of getting a visual of what the next issue is going to look like. So as a perfectionist, I love seeing everything nicely put together.
So that was it for this segment on the production night video for the Manitoban. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay updated with campus news and events. Visit www.themanitoban.com. Thank you for watching.